Я прошу минуточку внимания.
Hello. 1 minute attention, please.
Кто нарывается на штраф?
Who wants to have penalty?
Я сейчас с большим удовольствием предоставлю слово старейшему другу Рина, с которым начиналась история зерновой торговли у компании «Ричка», но тогда это еще была компания, которая называлась «Гранатекс».
He wants now to introduce a speaker, one of the old friends of Rien, who is coming from a company which was one of the company with whom not Glencore, not Richco, but Granaria at that time started the international activities.
Итак, я предоставляю слово другу Рина с российским именем, с русским именем Иван.
So he wants to introduce a speaker with a Russian name Ivan.
Иван Йоргенсен.
Ivan Jurgens.
Прошу.
The very light activities around the tables. But I asked for 1 to 2 hours. Then I was told I could get some minutes. I have the feeling when you're standing here, you have some power, so you can decide more or less yourself how long you're standing here. Rien, I want, first of all, to say thank you for being here. as I had that impression, you are the only one, we are not sure if you will be here or not. But I think it's very nice you're here because it gives some circles to whom we can surround. After that, I would say it's very nice that it's an international party, because I think I have a feeling that it's more or less allowed to speak in national language like in the parliament in Europe. So I could take a freedom when there's something I don't want everybody to understand, to speak in Danish. So if I speak in Danish, it could be because it's something I don't want Jan to know about, or something I can't express in English. So if there anybody who can translate it, they're welcome. I have checked, I don't think there anybody else who really know Danish language, so they can explain it, or translate it. Rien, first of all, I have a very, very warm and very new wish to you from HE. He should have been here tonight, but he have a very good explanation for not being here, and he have told me last night that he would explain it to you directly himself. But I know that, yeah, you and HE have something close. After that, I would say, because I can't get more than 1 hour, so I will make something in what we are calling in telegram style. So, but you will understand, maybe somebody else wouldn't. First of all, I will say, you will never more be thrown out of our office. After that, I will say that during our relations in the last 70s, you gave me a lot of good ideas. One of them was, again, sorry, I can't tell the whole story because it will take too long time. You said to me, Ivan, use a lot of money. People know, they have respect for people using a lot of money. They think you're important. They think they know what you're talking about. So if you just use a lot of money, you will be respected, accepted, and you'll get all the credit you desire. I tried, I started, but it didn't work in our company anyhow. Another thing you said, but I remember you came and to the office, or we met in the hotel in Copenhagen, I'm not quite sure where it happened. And I said, Rien, there have been some phone calls from Rotterdam. Wim van Enk, Wim Helming, and somebody else wanted to speak to you because they had some problems. And you just phoned them and said, what would you do if you couldn't get in touch with me? Silence. So do that. You can't get in touch with me. I don't want to give you, because one day you can't get in touch, so you have to stand on your own feet. And I think that's one of the things which really have given people which are surrounding you the courage to do their own decisions. Because you simply said, I don't know if it's because, I wonder sometimes, I don't know if it's because you didn't know yourself what you wanted to do, or you just wanted to show the trust in them. But anyhow, they did they solved the problem themselves, and I think that it was satisfactory. But one thing I want to say very strongly myself is, I never have met any person in my life who have been able to give so much trust in other people that you have. I don't know if it's, of course I know, but I have to say, I don't know. If it's because you are too lazy to take the decision yourself, or if it's because you really wanted to give the trust to people. But I have never ever been in a situation where anybody have given so much support to the way of solving problems as you have done. You can give an enthusiasm which, yeah, I never even in my own company have seen. And for that I want personally, sincerely from the bottom of my heart to thank you very much. Because I know in my case, and I know in other cases it has given you so much support from the people who are surrounding you, so you couldn't have got that support from doing something what you call with a pisk på dansk. Pisk. You can only do it to appeal to them. You couldn't do it on forcing them to do it. So I must say you have been giving people so much trust in their own way of solving things. So that way you have got the best support from your young people, which now are showing, we know them. I mean, I have known Wim van Link, Wim Helming, and a lot of other people I don't know, today is Glencore. One day it was Ritzco, then it was Granaya. I mean, we have had so many, but you have been the person around, and you have always given the trust in people, and I think that's right to do that. You have anyhow, I'm sure you have fostered, you have brought up people, young people, who today are able to take over the responsibility also for Glencore. And personally anyhow, thank you very much. You have been me a very, very good help. And one day I will express it more deeply for you. Not today, because I still have less than 1 hour, so I will try to keep it down. Rien, thank you for I think it's 17, 18, 19 years, I'm not quite sure what day it started, but I thank you very much. I want to give you a little present, because when we discussed what can we show Rien for really showing our appreciation for what he has done personally and company-wise and so on, it's impossible, because Rien have everything, I believe. But I have a little small thing, which a short-term help for you when you now are retiring. A very small, it's 74%, and it can only help for a very short time. When you recover that, we have another little present, which I hope you will remember for all your time in the future. If you like it or not, I don't care. I think you like it. But if you don't like it, just if you would remember, it was chosen by me personally, and anyhow, it's something which relates you to what we have been together through since the end of the 70s. So if just you will give that thought every time you look at it or wear it, then I will be happy about it. Thank you very much, Rien, and I hope that we in the near future can speak a little bit more about it, because I know there are a lot of speeches after here, so I want to stop now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's short. That's 74%.
Yes, I have just regard to yes, first but you give it a yeah. And that's from my colleagues in the company, and I hope you remember my good face. I promise you. Sorry.
Mentioned during his speech that Ritzco practically, okay, it was Granaria those days, have started international, let us say, activity, grain activity on the international market with rolling bags. It was me with whom they did this first business. So let me say a few words about this nice business, what happened. Especially, I am saying those few words for young people being employed right now in Ritzco or Glencore, because they should realize that as everybody, Richko also have started from the beginning, from the zero, and doing first business for 3,000 tons, as I remember, of Dutch rye. Danish, sorry, not Dutch, but Danish rye. No, it was rye, Henry. No, it was rye. No, we can make bet about that. Exactly.
Dutch, Greek,
Rye.
wheat.
Okay. It does not matter. Okay.
Jongens, Wim, die stop. Wim. Oké.
I am one of the oldest grain trader among all of us here. You can see on my hair. Once when I was working in Rollimpex, Henrik Havinga came to Rollimpex with very charming young fellow called Rien Kievit. They came, both of them, and they asked me to do business with them. They offered me, those 3,000 tons of Danish rye. Okay, because our policy, Rollimpex policy, was to have as much suppliers as we could choose and have. So I thought, okay, they are so small, they don't know too much about the international grain trade, so okay, why not? Just let us do this business with them. Maybe they will be good suppliers, we will be good shippers. And I concluded this business price was good, and okay, but I had such a feeling that, okay, I calculated during the negotiation and conclusion of this business that probably they will never execute. It was my personal feeling. And okay, before time of execution came, both of them, they came again to see me and say, Mr. Konopka, we are very sorry, both of them are here. We are very sorry, but we are not able to deliver, to execute. So you know exactly, dealing with the grain, what should have been done from my side. I could kill them from the beginning, just blame them, and they will pay a lot of money and so and so. And, we will not be here, all of us, because Richko will not exist anymore. So I thought, my goodness, there, Henrik Havinga, stand up. Oh, you are here, stand up. He is looking like me. He was looking at daytime. I became more white, but at that moment I thought, okay, he's looking nicely. He's a nice fellow, he looked like my brother, so why I have to do bad things for him? So I thought, okay, gentlemen, after having discussion, let us cancel this contract without any penalty from your side, but hoping that you will be better for next business. I will give you such an opportunity. And it happened in short time. After that, they were, very ambitious, both of them, and they offered in short time, some new business. They executed perfectly, and in short time, they became one of the biggest supplier, not only to Rollimpex, but also to our neighboring country to whom we introduced them. So saying about that, I would like to you to understand how important is a relationship. Because in our business, you have to try to help your partner in case he is in a bad position and in case he needs something. Because it might come such a situation that you will need shortly also help from him. So we better take that, you know, into consideration. We after that became one of the biggest friends. Even the director Danielchuk, Joe Danielchuk, because you know he was my director a long time, so I'm just accustomed to use director. You know, he said that although he's competitor of Richco, I am not a competitor. I am working right now on my own company. I am still a client of Richco, you know, and partner, but we are still, you know, best friends. And I am very surprised that Rien decided to leave, you know, this very difficult business, but okay, this, let us leave that, you know, up to him. But I would like to say thank you, Henry, because he was not active after, you know, this first business. Only Rien was coming with Wim van der Henk as a young fellow. And what I was going to say, we became the best friends, and we still, I think, are, and we will be the best friends. So, you know, I am inviting already Rien to visit me as a private company in Warsaw, together with his charming family, and I would like to say all the best to you, and God bless you, you and your lovely family. Thank you for
Joe, who's more or less my brother, who just made a fantastic good speech. Thank you very much, Joe, indeed. I'll tell you how things started. We had a business, I don't know, 1976 or 75 or something, on 3,000 tons of Dutch wheat, with a credit of 3 months, with no bank guarantee. And Rolenbeck said, you can trust us. Well, we had to shiver for 3 months, and I must give them all the credit, they did pay. Later on, I moved to other parts of the world, anyhow I introduced Rien into Poland. And we had quite some nice stories, Rien, hadn't we? Had to go to, said, yeah, what shall I do? Because at that time it still was a kind of Cold War. But being in the grain trade, you bring food to people. And if you bring food to people, you're always welcome. I mean, politicians are not welcome, armies are not welcome, but food is always welcome. So what we did, we came in these big, from the PTT, from the Dutch postal PTT bags, we call them in Dutch. And with red, white and blue colors on it. Put them on with all kind of little articles, whatever you need, because all these poor guys, they always said, we have nothing, we have no cheese, we have no milk, we have no nothing, we have blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, that's the way we started. From Gdynia, because the plane should go to Warsaw, it didn't go to Warsaw, it went to Gdynia, and we went by taxi in a heavy fog night to Warsaw, and that was the first introduction for Rien to Warsaw. Later on, we were again in Warsaw together, and at that time we had already a marvelous good restaurant where you could buy something from almost nothing with a few dollars. You slow, Slotsky at that time had not much value. And then we had a marvelous dinner. And I said to Rien, come on, we have to be careful because it's almost 12 o'clock and there's a curfew after 12 o'clock in Warsaw. I said, what the hell? What we did, we had a carriage, a horse, from the Forum Hotel to the old city, and we said, let's go back again. And it was well after 12, curfew. So you have a roadblock here from the military people, you have a roadblock there from the military people. And I must say, I must give Rien the credit which I didn't think about. So what we did, anytime we went to a roadblock, and we had a marvelous song. Rien, what was the name of it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, you do. In a little cottage. And that's what from here to Vinkenveen. And that we were singing every time we came to a roadblock from the military. And we passed all the military roadblocks with a marvelous song. And that's the way we went to the Forum. And that's the way I have introduced Rien into Poland. And since then, I don't know what happened because I went into other articles of the world and haven't seen it since then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Rien and Jane, I try to be short. There has been so many good speeches tonight, so I don't need to say very much. It has been about 18 years now since we first met in Helsinki. And at that time I had not much of an idea about Ritsko or grain trade in general. Neither did I have any idea about the amount of business that we were to do together. Neither did I know what a great personality I had met in the very beginning of my career in the grain business. Since then, we have met in various occasions in Holland and Finland, and I have learned to appreciate you as not only a business friend, but as a friend. You are one of a few contacts that also my family has learned to know and to like. I remember Mr. Kievit singing in the rain when we were returning from Turku. Many of our memories relate, of course, to sauna. And that is why I would like to give you something tonight from a Finnish sauna. Just to remind you about the time that we have spent together. And I have here also a special diploma for you from a very well known, from a place that you very well know in Finland, that is Kalastajatorppa, or Kaljastajatorppa as you pronounce it. So I hope that you will come and take it. Thank you very much, Rien, for all this business that we have done together. And this is certainly not meant to be anything to remind you about the funeral. Life will go on, and I hope that our friendship will go on. Thank you.
heart. We never could have gone this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times, I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I might not seem to care, I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are.
Maar ik heb weer een verrassing. Ik heb een artiest die bekend is bij Paulo. Dat wil zeggen in Brazilië. Ik heb een artiest die is bekend bij Ricardo. In Argentinië. Een artiest die bekend is bij Rien. Want volgens mij sponsort hij hem. Eduard!
Goed. Hallo. Ja? Ga ik hier rondzien. Zet hem even zuiver, Eduard. Eduard, even stemmen. Even zuiver zetten. Love, love changes everything. Hand and faces, earth and sky. Love, love changes everything. How you living, how you die. Love can make the summer fly. Autumn night seem like a lifetime. Yes, love, love changes everything. How I tremble at your name. Nothing in the world will ever be the same. Love, love changes everything. Days are longer, words mean more. Love, love changes everything. Much more than before. Love makes fools of everyone. All the rules and breaks are broken. Yes, love, love changes everything. Bring your glory, bring your shame. Nothing in the world will ever be the same. Into the world we go, planning future, shaping new. Love bursts in us suddenly, all our wisdom disappears. Love may look of everyone, all the rules and makes are broken. Yes,
is love. Love changes everything. Live for purpose in its flame. Love will never, never let you be the same. Love will never, never let you be the Dank u wel. De man die ik bezing is fors van stuk. Een zakelijk genie en overal gezien. Hij heeft de druk van niets tot iets gekomen. Maar anderen van dromen, dat heeft die man bereikt. De man waarvan ik zing is onbetwist en rijk. Hij is zo'n brave, heeft vele gaven. Hij is goud eerlijk en staat steeds voor je klaar. Hij is zo'n brave, heeft vele gaven. Wat hij belooft, dat maakt hij altijd waar. De man die ik bezing heeft een goed hart. Romantisch als hij is, heeft hij een glazen hart. Voor een liefdeslied dat hem zo kan ontroeren. Maar dan heeft hij niet dat stoere, dat hij gewoonlijk heeft. De man waarvan ik zing, laat zien dat hij graag leeft. Hij is zo brave, heeft vele gaven. Hij is goud eerlijk en staat steeds voor je klaar. Hij is zo brave, heeft vele gaven. Wat hij belooft, dat maakt hij altijd waar. Wat hij belooft, dat maakt hij altijd waar. Wat hij belooft, dat maakt hij altijd waar. Nou, nog eentje, vriend. Goed. Gaat u erin. Het is moeilijk bescheiden te blijven. Wanneer je zo goed bent. Zo stoer, zo charmant en zo aardig. Dat zie je in één ogenblik. Ik denk als ik kijk in de spiegel. En wat zie je dan? Daar zit een geweldige vent. Het is moeilijk bescheiden te blijven. Voor een kerel met zoveel talent. Ja, ja. De allermooiste vrouwen die jou eenmaal hebben gezien, die liggen zo aan je voeten. Aan iedere een minstens 10. Je ligt zo goed bij de mannen. Maar daar krijg je nog niet van. Want er is er niet één op de wereld die zo goed en wegmaakt bent als jij. Allemaal! Het is moeilijk bescheiden te blijven. Wanneer je zo goed bent als jij. Zo stoer, zo charmant en zo aardig. Wat zie je in één ogenblik? de brand. En die moet de laatste keer. Maar ik heb nog wel wat mooie idealen, goed van schip zoals ze uit de mode zijn. Die ze hebben wil die mag ze komen halen, vooral jonge mensen vinden ze nog fijn. Aan mijn broertje dat zo graag gaat studeren, laat ik met plezier naar de les staan van mijn groep, had ik te veel dronk om een vrouw te imponeren. En daarna denk ik op het weer waarom ik vroeg. En dan heb ik nog een stuk of wat vriendinnen die wel opgevoed en zeer verstandig zijn. En waarmee je dus geen wonder kunt beginnen, maar misschien krijgt iemand anders een klein. Voor mijn neefjes en mijn onverwoelde mensen, dat we kinderlijk, maar ze zijn zo lief. Ik behoorde immers tot die groep van mensen, voor wie het geluk de val en al lief. Aan mijn vrienden laat ik aan het vermogen om verliefd te worden op een meisjesland. Zelf ben ik helaas een keer te veel bedrogen, voor wie er eens proberen wil leven. Mijn vriendinnetje, ik laat je al in de nacht en naar tranen om je onvrouwelijke stond. Maar dan had dit wel, ik zou geduldig wachten, en ik lach omdat jij ook maar laten voelt. En de leraar die mij altijd nog bedreigen, jongen jij komt Geen genie.
Rien, I'm not going to put it very well. Speak Rien and jazz, especially Rien. And not forget about you, is the Toto. But we first met, and I know exactly how you entered the canary business. You sent an application form, and you were drunk. And I looked at your application form. Together with Mr. Martin Weiler, and I was impressed. And then you came to the office, and you always wanted to grab the telephone. You wanted to do business. And I said, no, you are not that far.
You stopped me in my career now.
I stopped you. I stopped you for 2 months. And then you said to me, what have you against me? I said, I don't like you. You remember that?
I said it to you.
No, I said it to you. I don't like you. Yeah? And then we had a fight together.
I know that I was
You
physical
remember?
with you.
I got you.
I was physical
And you
with
got me.
I was.
Yeah. I don't know. Rien, we won. We won together. Yeah? And we worked together for a very long time. For 10 years, maybe 15 years. And that was my best relationship.
Was it your best time, Henk? Because
Your best time?
it was your best time.
No, it was our best time.
Not for me.
Not for you.
Not for me.
But that was
Because
our
Henk was
best time.
taking me to the pub, eh?
Yeah, I was
just
taking
married.
We had only the good stuff.
Evenings from home.
Yeah, that's true, Henk. We had a very bad influence on me.
You were just
Now-
married, huh?
I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize.
Accept.
Yeah, please do.
Accept.
But in my life, there has been one colleague, only one colleague. Only one colleague. I taught him, and he taught me, and we worked together. Oh, and I want to say, that's all I have to say.
Als ik jou zie lopen, dan gaat de hemel een klein beetje omhoog. Sterren en laten vergeten, het ogenblik als het gaat. Neem de zon laten schijnen, want als je loopt dan en de wolken verdwijnen en al die lach je weer aan mee. De meeste dromen zijn gedaan. Maar als ik wakker word uit jou, dan droom ik nog. In mooie adem zie je gezien. Bij de droom die naast me weer. Je kijkt naar het ekraan. Ik heb in de zon meteen onder dromen. Jij moet me één ding beloven. Dagenlang in mijn dromen genomen. Als ik even niet ben, blijf in mijn slapen verder. En als de zon weer gaat schijnen en dan de hart wil, dan ik heb niet verdwijnen en dan Is everybody ready to sing it? Come on.
Of course, 4 weeks ago, when my best friend Piet van der Brugge was phoning me and offering me a free weekend in Noordwijk, I became suspicious. I know him for 30 years, and he told already about our dream house in Doorwerd. But to get something for free from Piet van der Brugge, that was the first wrong step. Then John Maas. Each time I was trying to reach the office of Iris, I met John Maas in the corridor. That made me very suspicious too. Then finally, yesterday, too many foreigners in the office. So next time, the surprise, I'm very glad I knew this morning, because the last 3 weeks, ask Jane, I was not the easiest. I know that a lot of you know that I'm not such an easy person, but especially the last 3 weeks I behaved very badly. All to do with the fact that I knew something was happening, but not exactly what. And there is something in my character what doesn't like that. Nevertheless, after having seen all these friends tonight, I don't like receptions, but parties like this, I like. I'm very glad to see all these friends back. Some people I've seen during the last years, but there are people I didn't see for 10 years. And I want to thank you all for that. John Maas, he said that we might have won the last 5 years 3 times the European Cup #1 in the grain trade. Sorry for the Nielchuk, and I think we did. So Ritsko might have achieved that goal. And I was thinking about how that could happen. And I think I know it. #1, we had a lot of luck. And we should never forget to mention it. The second thing which I would like to mention is that the market circumstances were allowing us to do what we were doing. #3, our counterparties and the competition was allowing us what we wanted to do. But the most important thing is that we never went for the profit. We went for some profit, but never for the maximum profit. We saw it much more as a sport to be more competitive, faster than the competition, more clever maybe, than the competition or Brussels. Furthermore, we had a talented team and the lines were very short. But the most important thing, in my opinion, was that we trusted each other without being critical to each other. I wish you all, my colleagues and our business friends, a very fast and easy transition period, and I'm convinced it will be an easy transition period. Because most of the speeches today, they emphasized on personal relations, but they emphasized on confidence and trust. And I know that our business is about trust. And especially, and there I have to compliment John, Iris, Wim Helming, Wim van de Enk, Gert Nanoboske, that they selected the right number of people. Because the relationship I had, and there is not one exception tonight, the relationship I had was based on confidence and trust. And I want to thank you all for that. I want to thank you for the joy, for the humor. Is that right English, John? Humor? Humor? Okay. I want to thank you for the joy, but especially I want to thank you once again for the confidence. I will not make it much longer. Once again, I want to thank all the people from the Koerhuis, the music. I want to... Sorry. I want to thank the people from Huisterduin, sorry. I want to thank Iris, I want to thank John, I want to thank Boos Williams, I want to thank Gertman Boscher, and I want to thank you all for being here. Of course, I know I will miss the trade. Of course, I know that I took the right decision. I mean, even all seeing you back tonight, I know that this is the right decision at this moment in my life. But I will miss my friends, but at the same time, there is life after the grain trade. And that means all people who are here together, I'm convinced I will see back again. That has nothing to do with the grain trade. They are more than welcome in our house. They are more than welcome in the mill. And that's why I have to end this evening by thanking Jane and the children. Because most of you, they know that the hospitality was mostly done by Jane in our house and in the mill. And I think they were part of the fact, like you and Jane were enabling me to stop at 40-year age. Thank you very much for that.